I was, just reporting. I attended the local government New Zealand Zone 3 meeting down in Linton Army Camp and a Haki Rebase over last week, which was a really good networking opportunity. And one of the things that the last couple of times I've met with other local body people, the whole issue about staff, getting qualified staff to do the land management things is certainly not something that's only happens in Hawke's Bay Regional Council. That's something throughout the country. So yeah, really aware of that. But it was a very pleasant. We had a tour around the Linton Army Camp and a tour around the Haki Rebase, which was fascinating.
Thank you, Chair. I won't be too long. I'd like to deal with the Clive River and Hamoana lagoons together. I had a call from a couple of the residents who are in my role here, of course, who have some concerns about the Clive River and the Hamoana lagoons. So I went out and met with them to discuss their problems. And if I deal first with the Clive River, it's used for rowing, and it's got a rowing club there, and also it's got the waka there. It silts up quite badly and quite quickly, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we dredge it, I think, every 10 years, and we're changing that to 12, and that's what they think. And they also think it's 4 years since it's been done, and already they can only take the waka on towards high tide and immediately after high tide, because the sedimentation build-up is so great, and they can't, of course, risk getting the thing stuck when they've got tourists in it. There's a quite significant problem there, so I'm interested to get a report from our staff as to what what our policy in regard to the Clive River is, how much of an issue we regard it as, because at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge there's a limited number of people wish to use that river, the bottom end of it anyway, but they do have some really significant problems there. And apparently I can remember when I was a kid, there was a rowing club there, and some people that I knew pretty well at school went out and rowed there, and they used to have rowing races that started somewhere on the other side of the Clive Bridge and went upstream. You simply could not do that now. There's not enough depth of water there to probably row more than a few hundred metres in any direction before you've got to turn around and come back the other way. So there's clearly some pretty significant issues, and whether dredging is the only solution, what the cost of dredging is going to be the next time around, how soon it's going to be done, I'd be quite interested to get some sort of report on what the current state of play is. In regard to the Hamoana lagoons, so there are 2 lagoons in Hamoana, and we walked down to them, and honestly, you'd think you were standing over an open sewer. The smell was unbelievable. And there's some quite significant issues there. I wasn't aware of this, but there's no waste disposal. There's no sewerage system. It's all just septic tanks and overflows, and clearly they are leaking into the lagoons, and the population is much greater than it was, I don't know, 30 or 40 years ago, and the result is that they've got a significant problem there. Are we doing any monitoring of those lagoons? They're in terrible condition. Do we know what the fecal counts are? What's our role in regard to them?
I don't know that we do, but look, I have to find out and come back to you. I don't think so, but it's the sort of thing that we could do some monitoring and then some fecal source tracking. So if there are contaminants there, where have they come from?
Yeah.
If they're human and they're septic tank or other related, then we
I think we need to identify the source of the problem before we can even start thinking about a solution for it. And I think we need to do that, because it's just, it's unacceptable for people to have to live near them. They're so bad, in my view. So the only other thing that I wanted to raise was field trip to Central Hawke's Bay. We've discussed this. There's a significant number of issues down there. The Otani wastewater proposal, feedlots, the Central Hawke's Bay District's treatment ponds in Waipaka and Waipawa. There's a gravel issue, and thank you for reminding me. And I don't want the fact that we've agreed we need to do a field trip to fall off the table, and I'm pretty keen for us to try and fix a date sooner rather than later. So I'm just wondering if we could make a prompt to.
Yep. So I'm happy to organise
Somebody.
that. Could I just
Yep,
get a show of
please.
hands who would come, because there's quite a bit of work organising one of those. You all would. Okay, great. So yeah, we'll get on to.
Also clarify, presumably after the RWSS review has been reported.
Do I have to use this for the last time too? We've had 3 chairmen of this very powerful committee. So no, and I mean I must say it's part of the role. I have really quite enjoyed coming back and bringing reports and getting your feedback on these things, and sort of obviously getting out with the field trips, which I have seen sort of taken you out on from time to time. So no, I will. I'm sort of looking forward to my retirement, but I will talk about that next door. so thank you all for your input over time, and for asking the hard questions and putting up with the answers.
Tell Fib that you enjoyed all that.